Hi, Joseph here. Welcome to Body 20, the home of whole body electrical muscle stimulation, and you are watching Novelty.
Hanging out here at Body 20 and gracing our presence, your presence, right, is Vicky, and she's here to tell us all about living a healthy lifestyle. How are you doing?
Very good, and yourself?
I am fantastic. Please tell us a little bit about yourself and the work that you do.
All right, so my name is Vicky. I'm a nutritionist and wellness coach, as well as the owner of Body 20 Kleine Kuppe and Kleine Windhoek. And it is a passion of mine to help people to live a healthier lifestyle and get the knowledge that kind of just, suss out all the noise from the internet that we all have, and just, get down to the basics and help them to improve their lifestyle through healthy habits and nutrition.
I love that because so many of us are so obsessed with Googling everything. A good doctor once said, never Google your symptoms. Do not Google anything. Rather, ask a professional. And we are so excited because Vicky is going to be answering all those questions that you might have. All right, tell us about Body 20. How did you first become the owner? Where does the love for, gym come from? Where do you get this passion from?
Well, I think I was always somebody who struggled with my weight myself, and it became important to me to understand how my body works, so that I could not only help myself but also help other people. I have a passion for people, and I have a passion to help people to live the best possible life that they could. And I think it's if you have struggled yourself and you have gone through the ups and downs, it's a lot easier to understand where people are coming from and to also understand the challenges that they are facing.
You can relate to their stories.
100%. Yeah. So it's a real passion of ours, and when we originally came across Body 20, I just knew that it was a perfect fit for us. So Body 20 offers technology-driven workouts that help to save people time. So one 20-minute workout with us is equal to between 4 and 6 hours in a conventional gym. So I always say, do you have time? Come. You don't have time? Come immediately, so that we can help you reach your goals. I think a lot of people, there's this great saying that says, when we are young, we spend our health to generate wealth. And then when we get older, we need to use our wealth to gain back our health, So my goal is to help people live meaningful lives and stress less, and just improve on their experience of life, because at the end of the day, our experience of life is our perception, and our perception is only in our mind. If we can change the way we look at things, the things we look at start to change.
Love that. All right, we're starting off this day on a great note: motivation, wisdom, love. Let's talk about all things that I love. Food. That's my biggest love language ever. Okay, and you are a nutritionist. Let's start by differentiating what is a nutritionist and what is a dietitian. Are these the same people, or are they two different fields?
Right. Well, both nutritionists and dietitians consult people and help people to change their lifestyles through nutrition, diet, and healthy habits.
Okay.
Dietitians are more specialized in the sense that they help people to not only prevent disease but treat disease, and also help people to manage diseases such as diabetes and eating disorders.
Oh, okay. All right. And then when we talk of a nutritionist, right? These are people who always say to us, oh, you need good protein. Where do I get the proteins from? What are good sources of protein?
To me, the best form of protein are eggs.
Oh.
Eggs are...
You know, I hate eggs. I cannot stand. I do not like boiled eggs. I don't like fried eggs. I can have an egg if it's in a salad.
Okay.
I can have an egg,
Okay.
but like just so for those of us that don't like eggs, what else?
100%. Well, it's sad that you don't like eggs because all 9 amino acids are found in eggs that are vital for our organs and our muscles to not only form but also to function. But if you don't like eggs, I think the next best thing would probably be tuna, canned tuna. That it's also not very expensive. 1 can of tuna has 20 grams of protein, which is a really, really good amount of protein. And Greek yogurt is also a great option. It has double the protein of normal other yogurt, and it is something that's so versatile that you can not only mix into your smoothies or have with some berries as breakfast, but you can also make a nice dip for veggies to eat. You know, so it's a really versatile and a really, really great way to add your protein and increase your levels that you are consuming.
Okay, no problem. I like everything else that you've mentioned, but eggs. But I've also never vomited. Eggs never did anything to me, so I might as well start eating them. All right, and then what's the difference between good and bad foods? Is there such a thing? Because I hear this a lot. Bad food, good food. Like all food for me is good because it fills up my tummy. So I'm now confused. Okay, what does it mean?
Yes.
Bad food, good food.
100%. So food is medicine. Food is information. So with every bite that you take, you can either upgrade or downgrade your biology. So people often say, you know, when you start eating more healthy, you can extend your life. And then people would respond with, you know, I don't care if I die 5 years early. You know, it's I want to eat not what I want to eat, and I want to enjoy what I want to eat. But the reality is that when you start eating healthy, it is immediate. You start feeling better now. You know, so only once I really started understanding how my body works and nourishing my body in the way that it needs to be nourished, I started feeling what it feels like to wake up with a smile on my face and wake up with energy and take the stairs without, you know, so much as a look on my face, you know, of upset. So it has completely changed the way that I feel, the way that I communicate, the way that I experience life. And I want everyone to be able to experience that. So they say if it was made in a plant, don't eat it. If it was grown on a plant, eat it.
Oh, okay. If it was made in a plant?
Yes, like in a factory, in a plant.
Okay.
Yes, don't eat it. If it was grown on a plant, eat it.
Okay.
So
Profound.
When I speak to, I am religious, so when I speak to people in a religious way, I always say, you know, eat the food that God made. God did not make a Twinkie, but He made an avocado. You know what I'm saying? So there are a lot of things that you can change in your day-to-day life to really improve your quality of life. And I think that's, you know, have that clarity, that brain fog go, and the energy come back, and the libido improve, you know, and all those things you can do through improving your diet.
I love that. You know, speaking about eating healthy, some of us come from a community, Vicky, and it's really, really hard to eat healthy because if you buy a sack of potatoes, it finishes the following day. So it becomes really, really hard to eat healthy because even if you buy a sack of apples, somebody eats an apple for breakfast, tea time is another apple, lunch time is another apple, and then at dinner is another apple. By tomorrow, all apples are done. So how can we then eat healthy on a budget if we are staying within these communities? It's one thing to eat healthy when you are alone because that you can control, but when you are living with people, it becomes a circus.
I think the biggest mistake that we make is going shopping without a plan.
Okay.
Right? 40% of the food that we buy ends up in a landfill, with the recent study that they've done. And I think I had the same problem. I would go to the shop with good intentions and I would buy the broccoli and the spinach and everything that I knew I was supposed to eat. But I would not have a plan on when exactly I was going to eat it and how I was going to prepare it. So I ended up leaving it in the back of the fridge until the day that I had to eat it and completely forgetting about it because I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what I was supposed to eat and when I was supposed to eat it. So it ends up staying in, and I think we all have those tomatoes and broccolis and stuff. When you put your hand in the fridge, then it wants to bite your hand, because it's so gone so stale, it's like alive or almost in the fridge. So to have a clear plan of what you want to eat and when you're going to eat it really, really helps. There's this other motivational quote that says, if you fail to plan, you should plan to fail.
Yes.
So eating an apple morning, noon and night is also not, the best diet, So you need to make sure that when you look at your plate, and we are lucky in Namibia, we've got really good quality proteins and meats available to us. And I think the misconception that we all grew up with is that the protein should be the star of the show,
Yes.
And it should actually just be like a side dish. When you look at your plate, the majority of your plate should be plant-based, right? And you should have some good fats in there, like avocado or some nuts and seeds or olive oil and olives, just so that you have a balanced meal with your protein, with your good quality protein, so that you get the best out of your nutrition, because our bodies are like a machine and we need to give it the fuel that it needs for the specific functions that it needs so that it can function optimally.
Awesome. I used to take supplements because I have eye problems. I wear specs, and in the community, people will always, talking down on me and saying, why are you taking pills? You're so young. Those things aren't healthy. Just try to see by all means. So talk to us about the importance of supplements and why it's necessary to take them if you don't have all the required proteins perhaps that you need, or all other vitamins rather that you need.
Well, to me, I would also always recommend that people try to find their nutrients through their diet.
Yeah.
It's getting your supplementation or your vitamins and minerals in through your food is always the best way to nourish your body.
Yes.
Unfortunately, in today's day and age, our food is not as nutrient dense as it used to be a few years ago. So more often than not, we do have to supplement. So I always recommend that before you start any supplement, you discuss it with your healthcare practitioner, because if you are on like a medication, a chronic medication, it could potentially affect the way that your medication reacts in your body. So it is really important that you take your concerns to your nutritionist, either your physician or your dietitian, so that you can discuss the supplements that you want to take.
Okay.
There are an array of supplements that need each other to be absorbed. For instance, you need magnesium for calcium to be absorbed.
Okay.
You need vitamin D3 and vitamin K2 so that your calcium is not pushed into your soft tissue and your joints, but rather into your bone. So vitamin B6 and vitamin D also helps magnesium to be absorbed. So there are a lot of things that you need to consider when you start supplementing, because a lot of these things are already together in the food that you consume.
Okay.
So that's why it's always best to try and improve your diet a little bit, and rather try and get your supplementation through that. But in the cases where you can't, then definitely opt for a good quality supplement.
Okay.
Supplementation is definitely one of the things that I love and is a passion of mine. And at Body 20, we offer a body evaluation that you can fill in your symptoms that you are suffering from, and we can give you an idea of the deficiencies that might be causing these symptoms, so that you can take that to your physician and say, can we have a look at these? Which one of these can I supplement so that we can try and alleviate my symptoms?
All right. And what are some of the misconceptions when it comes to the body of nutrition?
I think the biggest one is that people, it took them years to get to a certain point, of health, whether it's good or bad. I think mostly bad is when people walk in here.
Yeah.
And they expect to see a result within the first week, the first 2 weeks, the first month, and something that people need to also consider is it took years of bad choices and bad food and bad information that they put into their bodies that could have potentially damaged their vital organs, that could have an effect on the way that their body, gets rid of fat. I think the biggest issue is probably people who have cravings and give into those cravings. Cravings are usually your body's way of telling you that there's something wrong. Sweet cravings, usually it means that you are dehydrated, or that you suffer from insulin resistance, or magnesium deficiencies could create chocolate cravings, so there's an array of things that your body is telling you through the symptoms that you have. And if you only listen, you could really fast track your results.
Now that we're talking about, I heard you say something about water. If I do not like water, if I do not like drinking water, what tip can you give me so that I can, mitigate that? Because water is life, water is necessary. You are required to drink, I think it's 2 liters a day, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So now, if I'm struggling to drink water, what can I do to help myself?
It is, to me, it's a mind over matter situation. And I think we allow our bodies and our limiting beliefs to really affect our health in a severe way. A lot of people, I think, just by adding a little bit of electrolyte, like rehydrate or something to your water, could give it just that bit of a taste so that you can drink it easier, and also get your minerals in through your electrolyte supplement that you put in your water, to also hydrate your body. Water on its own, especially if you drink a lot of bottled water, it could also flush your minerals from your system, because they deplete everything from the water to clean it. So to put back a little bit of salt, like a Himalayan salt or a rehydrate in there, could just put back the salt and help to rehydrate your body, and so that the water that you do drink actually does more than when you didn't have the rehydrate in there.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, thank you very much.
You're
for,
welcome.
talking to us on Novelty. I learned so much through this conversation, and I will definitely start eating eggs, and I'll start eating healthy. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thank you.
For optimal health, there are a certain amount of proteins and carbs and fats that you need to consume on a daily basis. It's, whether you want to stay the same or not, it doesn't matter. You need to get those in so that your body can function optimally. All right. So you can see that your skeletal muscle mass is under the range for your height, your age, and your sex. Right? So this needs to increase. And the only way to do that is through eating protein, because like we said, the protein is if you look at a diesel bakkie, for instance, you can run on biofuel, dirty biofuel, for a couple of months before your engine starts backing up. But if you put in clean diesel and you make sure that you've got oil in your tank or in your engine, and you've got a mechanic that services it regularly, then your vehicle will drive for many, many years without any problems.
Yeah.
Okay? So in order for you to improve your muscle mass, you can try to incorporate some strength training and definitely protein into your diet.
Okay.
All right?
What is strength training?
I would say weights, like weight training. Okay. Women are often very afraid of weights because they feel like they're going to look like a man and bulk up.
Yeah.
And we are just not biologically designed to look like that, no matter how much weights we do. So weight training is a really, really great way to increase our engine of our vehicle, because this is a machine, and this can only respond in the way that we feed it and that we treat it, the way we talk to it, the way we feel about it. It's responding to all that stimulus. Okay. So it's important to make sure that you have the correct amount of proteins. I'm going to quickly calculate exactly what your ratio should be so that you can start doing that. Okay, so your weight currently is 48.9. Let's say it's 49.
Yeah.
So you should be consuming a minimum of 107 calories
a day.
107 grams of protein a day, okay? But I'm going to write everything down for you, 100%. So in order for you to remain the same, you need to consume at least 1,500 calories. Okay. The system is recommending 1,700, right? Just so that your body can function properly. By eating one meal a day, it's impossible for you to consume the right amount of proteins, fats, and carbs for your body to function. So you are still young, you are still 27. It might not catch up with you now, but it might catch up with you as you get older. Yeah. All right. And the damage that you do now will reflect later in your life. All right. So your fat is in a good space. So it's in the lower normal. Your body fat percentage is 24%. So the moment you increase your muscle, the body fat percentage will also head that way, will reduce. Because the ratio between the two will improve. All right? And your score will go up. You're already at 80 out of 100, which is already really good, but it can be better if we can improve that muscle. All right? So the system is recommending that you gain at least 6 kilograms of muscle, and that will put you right here in the middle of the normal. All right? It also recommends you gain 1.9 kilograms of fat to also put you right in the middle, so that you are
normal. Now I'm enjoying.
Your visceral fat is also really low. Visceral fat is the fat between your organs, which protects your organs. It's not necessarily a bad thing that it's low, but it could mean that if you have an impact on your organs, that your organs are not as protected as they could have been. All right. Then there's a slight difference between your left and your right arm's muscle mass, so that it looks like you might be either right-handed or you had an injury on your left arm.
I don't know about an injury, but
Are you right-handed? Okay. So usually what happens is this imbalance could cause headaches and migraines. Do you suffer from that at the moment or not yet? Okay. So when you, just to try and balance these out, you can also start with some strength training, or when you pick up your groceries or whatever, try to use your left hand so that you can try and stimulate that muscle a little bit more. Your legs are really well balanced already, and everything else looks really good. So it's only the muscle that I would like to increase a little bit. If we can push it up with about 6 kilograms, you're already going to see a huge difference in your appearance and in the firmness of your muscle.
Slightly challenging up the bigger muscles with a tool, and then up proper posture there. So there you have it, guys. Vicky was just running through what we do here at Body 20 Kleine Kuppe. Do like and follow us on Instagram, Body 20 Kleine Kuppe, and do come through for a demo. A demo is free. It's on us. Hope to see you. And I'm Joseph.